I'm hoping they do not as well, because if they don't, I am gonna raid. I am gonna blast Capcom for probably like 30 minutes straight about how dog shit their balancing is if they don't buff Lance. Alright guys, I don't know when Lance is gonna be. Lance might be tomorrow, today, I don't know, Sunday, Saturday. Now if you don't know me, I'm a Lance main. I've been maining Lance since try. Been playing in every game, my main weapon. And before we've been see Lance, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a bit of a rant in preparation. So if I'm wrong, when the Lance comes, I can be extra surprised. And we can have this whole kind of party, like, you know, finally, they've done something to Lance. Now, why am I ranting? The reason I'm ranting is because Lance is one of the weapons that has barely changed at all. It's the same ass weapon, pretty much for, I don't know, 10 years plus. I've been poking 3 times at monsters and calling it a day. GU, they did mix it up. For you, in fact, to mix up and then let me turn around, which, yeah, okay, great, when I'm dashing, but dash isn't even that good anymore anyway. So that's kind of a lost mechanic. No who dashes anymore. Definitely in Sunbreak. In GU, yeah, they added styles, which was great. I could mix up the way I play. It's not just always 3 pokes. Sometimes I get to mount a monster and then poke in the air. You know, it goes like that. And then Sunbreak, finally, they added in the jump, hop back forward, but then the hunt just turns into this hop back forward. Like, Lance has always been such a basic weapon when it comes to its options and how it's used and how it's portrayed. Like, there's just not enough. There needs to be more to the weapon, and this time they need to do it. And it's not even just that, you know, it's not even just that Lance hasn't gotten anything. The thing that made the Lance, they took it away and they added it to every other weapon. In Sunbreak Rise, you know, I love the games, but they gave every weapon a counter, basically. And if they didn't have a direct counter, they had some type of evade counter. And what Lance, you know, it's not like Lance got anything crazy. It ain't like he got major range attack or major buffs or crazy stuff going on it to make up for the fact that every other weapon got its mechanic. And yeah, it doesn't just start with that game. It starts, I guess, in GU with Bushido style and Brave style, which is Valor and Adept. But even though they added into those games, at least you had to go out of your way to pick a different style. So there was, you know, some drawbacks for that. But coming into Rise, when they actually made Longsword pretty much a counter weapon, the weapon counters more effectively than Lance because it does more damage from its counters. Lance doesn't get much at all. Like, it's obvious and evident that Capcom don't care about Lance. They don't want to care about Lance. Lance has been the same. We always need all these skills on our armor. We always have to sacrifice all this stuff, but then in that turn, our weapon still doesn't do much. Like, we need so much more. The shield needs to be more useful. The sweep is just garbage. They give a charge sweep in Rise, and it's just useless. Honestly, it doesn't do that much more damage than just 3 pokes. I think I remember testing in base Rise. It didn't do any more damage, and the time it took was, I think, the same time as 2.5 pokes, and it's basically the same damage if you average it out. Like, it's useless. Like, we need more to the weapon. It needs to be able to do more. The charge needs to be better. It needs to be more powerful with elemental and status. You know, we need better lances. We need better skills for the armor as well. And I mean, you've already taken away the unique point of us having the counter. Lance needs something else, man. It needs something more. Now, every other weapon is getting these perfect parries. So even more now, Lance is falling behind in what it actually makes it unique, you know. So they need something. All these other weapons can get all these interesting skills now to make the gods better. There's also so many ways to evade. And evading is better in a lot of moments, you know. Because let's say Sunbreak, for example, or just Rise in general, fighting Valstrax, when he dive bombs on you, you can't dodge, you can't block that with shield. There's some skills I call truly unblockable. Now, you know, there's the skill guard up, which allows you to block unblockable skills, but there's some skills in Monster Hunter, some attacks that are truly unblockable. When I say truly unblockable, I mean even if guard up, you're not blocking, it is hitting you and you're taking the full force of the damage. Yet things that aren't actual blocks with shields, that are more dodge and counters, that way they're allowed to dodge. What? They're allowed to not be hit by these unblockable moves. Like, what kind of balancing is that? How is that fair? The weapon, the master counter weapon, the master shield weapon can't deal with unblockable stuff, but all these weapons that somehow just dodge through a hit, able to just not get hit. Like, Capcom, are you smoking? What kind of oversight was this? Like, that's just not fair. Now, it probably already existed in things like GU when it came to Brave Style, and you know, the Carcass's beam that's unblockable. You probably can valor dodge it. You can definitely adept dodge, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. But the fact that this continues, and it's just even more things that the Lance doesn't get, you know, in comparison to other weapons. And it sucks. It truly sucks, honestly. And then another thing was, you know, blocking in Zarpul, you know, blocking the blockable moves in Rise, at least. You took a lot of trip damage. Now, unlike that you're actually taking damage, and guard up actually made you take less damage on those trip damage. But evades don't take any trip damage. Evades just evade. It's like a free thing. Why? My stamina is going down. My health is going down. Why is that? You know, it's not fair. I mean, even going back to GU, there's this moment here. I'm going to play you right now, Glavenus. I'm shielding EX Glavenus, and his big boy tail swiping explosion mofo attack hits me. I'm shielding, almost full health. My health comes down to like 0. Basically 0. My stamina is done. Everything's done because it's just a multiple hit. The trip damage is insane. If I was evading, I just have to dodge once and I'll be fine. The iframes will keep me alive. I won't get damage in between, and then I'll be doing damage while doing damage to them. You know, while they're doing damage to me, I'm doing damage to them, and I'm chilling. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to get back in action. As is dual blades, longsword, switch hacks, all these other weapons definitely in Rise and Sunbreak, but even in World with longsword, right? Like it's just what they do to Lance, or what they don't do for Lance users, us users. You know, it's just annoying. And it's a continuous thing, you know. It's just a continuous thing of just feeling neglected, right? How is man poking 3 times for like 10 years and calling it a day? Like, is that gameplay? Is that really gameplay? Like, maybe they just don't understand or know what to do with Lance. Maybe they have no conception of what they want to bring to Lance. But Lance needs a huge overhaul. It does, and I'm actually surprised they haven't shown Lance yet. And the reason they haven't shown Lance yet, I'm imagining, is because it does have some type of overhaul, which I'll be very interested in. I hope it's not just poke bullshit. Like, I'm done with that. I need more. I need more variance to my pokes. You know, poking down, poking up. Like, there needs to be more. There needs to be more of a reason. They need to work more in conjunction. My shield needs to be more impactful. Okay. It's just, yeah, but the weapon just needs more, okay? You know, look at knights, look at people on horseback, what they did, I guess, with lances and shields, and see what you can come up with, because Capcom, what you got so far is not it. And Lance, definitely, out of all the weapons, right now, Lance needs the biggest change. People, you know, Longsword didn't even need a change. I don't even know, Longsword got a change. And no cap, think about it. Was there actually a problem with Longsword before Longsword got a change? No, there wasn't. So why did Longsword get a change into a Lance should have, you know, to up its countering, to give it counters, and Lance, the counter weapon, didn't get anything, and then Lance basically didn't change at all. Hunting Horn changed. Gun Lance has changed in many aspects. Freaking Greysword has changed a bear, if you think about it, going from GU to World. It changed crazy amounts. Switch Axe changed. Charge Blade has changed. Insect Glaive changed bare from 4U and GU onto World. Like, it's crazy the difference in that weapon, right? And then you see Lance, it's like, yo, Lance, you're the same. Sword Shield changed. Hammer changed. Hammer definitely changed with the blue mode and red mode. But, you know, Lance is just Lance. Honestly, it's just poke. Yeah, sometimes I'm going to shield. Yeah, sometimes I'm going to counter and pretty much hit the same damage as my poke. While all these other guys are countering and doing like hundreds and 200, 300, 400, 500 with the counters. I'm like, oh, wow. That kind of sucks, you know? Then a great sword user, yo, he's counting, man. He's didn't hit 4,000. Damn. I hit 100. Gee. Yeah, my counters are more consistent. Fair enough, but that was always a part of my moveset. And now your addition is making you much more powerful. My additions don't do much for me at all. I'm thinking about going back to Sunbreak, thinking about the arts and styles for the weapon, for Lance. Most of them aren't that good. The Soapband skills at all. The one that you go up and down, that's kind of garbage. I mean, it misses a lot of the time. Very inconsistent. It's hard to get the damage in. It only really works sometimes when the monster's falling over and they got wings or something. They need big hitboxes, like they can hit multiple times on the way down. But It's just so inconsistent. You got the utility one to jump onto monsters. Yeah, sure, cool. Easier way to get onto them. I actually liked it. A lot of people hated it. I didn't mind it because, I mean, getting on a monster quicker and more consistently just means more damage overall. You know, not damage in packets, but overall you do more damage because you're able to stick to the monster more often. Some other attack buffing weapons, yeah, those are pretty decent. But yeah, there wasn't much else. Like, we didn't get anything crazy. Honestly, no switch skills that were crazy. It was just basic stuff. So I'm hoping they do not as well, because if they don't, I am gonna raid. I am gonna blast Capcom for probably like 30 minutes straight about how dog shit their balancing is if they don't buff Lance. I've been joking about buffing Lance for time. It's been so long. Been ripping on Longswords as well for Longswords taking what the Lance does best and basically doing it better. Like, what the fuck? Why is that even a thing? You know what? Let me, when I poke 3 times, let me upgrade my Lance. I get a white shield, you know, white aura, I get a yellow aura, you know, throw in a blue aura, throw in a purple aura, give me 5 auras. So if I keep hitting, if I keep chaining, I just get more damage. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Give me the longsword mechanic. No, give me the mechanic where I can explode in someone like Street Strikes. Or I can enter some type of launch demon mode, start dashing around everywhere like dual blades. Like, why not? If these weapons can get my mechanic, why can't I get their mechanic? You know? Why can't I throw my lance at range? You know, pretend to be a ranger, a bowman. Why not? I mean, that sounds fair to me, right? Right? I don't know, man. Honestly, it just sounds ridiculous when you really lay it out. But yeah, it's what Capcom has done. Hopefully, maybe launches today. I don't know. For me, it's today. It's past midnight. Maybe not. I'm gonna upload this, and yeah, we'll see. We will see. And if I'm wrong, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy. If I'm not wrong, oh, you guys better be ready for that roast, because I'm gonna roast Capcom to the ground. Roast them hard. If they don't buff Lance, they're gonna get roasted for everything they've done to attack my main weapon over the years, or just neglect it. It's like that. It's that middle child. You just neglect them. You know. Oh, the youngest, yeah, we have to look up to him because he's the youngest, you know, everyone wants to play with the youngest. Oh, the oldest, yeah, you know, he's the original. You gotta treat the original good. The middle? Nah, forget him. Just leave him. Like, he's satisfying. Like, he's not doing, he's just living, innit? Just leave him to his devices. And that's pretty much what us Lance mains are with the middle trial. We're just chilling, poking, consistent damage, you know, not dying. So everyone's just like, oh, yeah, it's just Lance, not flashy, you know. We're just knights, just, you know, doing simple stuff, just focus on killing the monster. We're effective, we're consistent, but we're not flashy, we're not cool, we don't have the highest DPS, we don't even have high DPS in comparison to some weapons. And our gameplay is very repetitive. So yeah, that sucks, but that's us Lance mains. What can I say? So I mean, let's say if this is a scenario where they don't buff Lance, what do I do? Apart from ripping them up for like 30 minutes straight, I probably will still play Lance in the game. But I think I'm going to focus on a new weapon. I'll probably focus on a new weapon. Maybe I'll focus more on, I actually don't know. The only weapon that really excited me was actually gun lance, and how do you kind of use gun lance? I use a lot of weapons, to be honest. So I use gun lance, I use hunting horn. Hunting horn was another one that actually really interested me, so I might pick up that as a main. Hammer, great sword, short shield, switch axe, charged blade, only in rise for charged blade and switch axe. Glaive, only in rise as well. So I play pretty much all of the blade masters. I don't play longsword anymore. No, I don't even touch that weapon. After they changed to going to world, no, I don't touch that weapon. Longsword is not my longsword. That ain't not my longsword. You know, Trump's out here saying, you know, make America great again. Make longsword great again, man. Bring it back to the basic, you know, dodging to the side, precise hits, you know, just focus on getting up your spirit gauge, focusing on just attacking and dodging, getting evasion 2 to dodge for the monster, you know, stuff like that, rather than II slash, UE slash, whatever. I don't know what it's called. Counter. Let's do damage. Helmet splitter, big deeps. You get counter and you get big deeps. What does Lance get? Poke, counter, poke, counter. Yeah, big deeps, nowhere. They don't exist. So maybe Lance needs some type of mechanic for me or something like that. That might actually be cool. Now thinking about what would I do? Maybe something to do with counter. Maybe the more successful counters you get in a row, you get some type of buff or you get something, and it just increases maybe damage, defense or something. Maybe defense isn't that interesting, but you know, it increases something. It rewards you for doing the thing that Lance is supposed to do, which is countering. That's the whole point of Lance. Now, if like you might say, oh well, it doesn't make sense for them to get some type of gauge like that. It doesn't make sense in this type of game. Well, a longsword has a gauge. I mean, why does a longsword have a gauge? It's a bit strange, don't you think? I mean, Charles Blade, I guess you can kind of explain Charles Blade. I mean, not Charles Blade, sorry, Six Tracks and its gauge, kind of, but it's like, it's still weird. It doesn't really make sense. Hunted Horn, obviously, songs, that's pretty, it doesn't make sense at all. If I can just go out on the street and play some music and heal someone, oh, you know, hospitals wouldn't exist. What do you mean? On the war front, you get bards everywhere just playing music for people in war times. Like, what? Could you imagine that? Modern day, there's someone carrying a radio in the middle of tanks, just playing some, I don't know, playing something, playing the Beatles or something. I don't know what people listen to these days, but Kendrick Lamar, something like that. Nicki Minaj. Could you imagine someone in the army that got some tanks facing each other? No, they're in a dog battle, a dog fight in the air. I know you can hear someone banging out tunes about my Alakanda don't. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I couldn't imagine. That's not me, you know. I'm just sitting in my cockpit, listening to Monster Hunter music, so I'm good. Like Lavinus has got my back. Valstrax has got my back. You know, I'll be gunning down these people with Valstrax. Listen to Valstrax. I'll be feeling like the real Falcon out here in this dogfight. Real Jet. None of these fakes out here. But yeah, I think that's enough for me. I've been rambling enough. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down below, and yeah, we'll see if it's Lance. If it's not Lance, then well, it's not Lance. And if it's Lance and Lance sucks, well then, either way, you guys are eating. I'm not gonna be eating. I'm gonna be pissed, but it is what it is. All right, guys. See you next time. Peace.